for joining. My name is Sharon, and I am the assistant loan officer here at CTC. I'm here today to be able to provide some information about the financial aid department, as well as answer any questions you students may have. Feel free to go ahead and type your questions either on Facebook or on the WebEx Live, and we will get to them at some point towards the end of the presentation. So thank you guys for joining. I'm going to go ahead and get started now, okay? So I just want to start with giving you some general information, and thank you guys for being so patient with us as we all figure out, this new way of life during this COVID pandemic, I guess. Okay, so for starters, just want to let you guys know that summer registration is open. You are able to go ahead and register for classes. Make sure when you're registering for classes, if you plan to use financial aid, that you register for classes that are required on your degree plan. Make sure that those classes also fall within the semester dates. And then for the summer semester, those semester dates are any classes that start on May 11th and end on or before August 9th. Okay, again, those dates are starting on May 11th and ending on or before August 9th of 2020, okay? And if you plan to use loans, make sure that you are enrolled in at least 6 credits. That's the way that the loans will disperse to you as a student. You must be enrolled in at least 6 credit hours, okay? Make sure that if you're wanting to use financial aid, if you haven't done it already, and you're wanting to use financial aid for the summer semester, make sure that you complete the 2019-2020 FAFSA, okay? We do know that there is the 2020-2021 FAFSA out. However, that does not cover the summer semester. That is still included in the 2019-2020 academic year, okay? Loan information and deadline that I want to provide to you guys, because I do get this question often. So for summer, we allow you to request loans all the way up until June 18th. So you may have previously denied your loans, and now you've fallen on some financial hardships, and you're like, okay, I do need that loan. You do have until June 18th to go ahead and request any previously denied loans for the summer and spring semester, okay? When I say the spring semester, that means that we can move the funds that you did not use in the spring into summer. It doesn't mean that we're going to go back and award you if you didn't qualify for spring. I just want to clarify that, okay? Make sure that you have completed your checklist items. I will go through that here in detail in a minute because that's an important piece. So I will show you how to navigate as a student to get to those forms using the eTree system, and where you could view your checklist items using the Web Advisor Eagle Self-Service portal, okay? For year-round Pell, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. What that means is that you attended full-time in fall, you attended full-time in spring, and then now here in summer, you'll have a full-time award available for you in the summer. If you did not attend full-time in fall and full-time in spring, you will only get what is remaining left on your Pell, okay? I just wanted to put that out there and really clarify that. So students, I know a lot of students may have questions about that. As far as the loans are awarded for summer, we take funds that were not used. Let's say, for instance, if you didn't use loan funds in fall, well, I can make those funds available. They will be awarded in the fall semester, but you'll be able to use them for summer if that makes any sense. And once again, I'll clarify that a little bit in detail and show you that later on. I know right now a lot of you guys are contacting the financial aid department and are getting a little bit frustrated because you're not receiving responses in the timely manner. Please understand that we are 2 to 4 weeks out for processing and answering emails due to, everything being shut down and us transitioning over to the remote workspaces at our home and working out all the kinks. So we are working hard to make sure that we respond. But with that being said, we do have a wonderful piece that has been added to our website, and I'll go ahead and pull that up for you now. I'll go ahead and start sharing my screen with you guys. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. All right, so as we have here, we are on the home page for our CTC website. For any financial aid, I will tell you the easiest way to navigate there will be to use the search box right here and simply type in financial aid. I can type today. and it will navigate you directly to our hyperlink. We are the first one right there. Go ahead and click on there. And it'll pull up our financial aid page where we put updates and contacts and everything. But the piece I wanted to show you is this live help button right here. This is a great tool that has been added to the website to allow us to be able to help you in real live time. So if you are tired of waiting for emails or you need immediate assistance with a question, go ahead and feel free to click that link right there. And what will happen is it'll pop up a box like this, and you'll just simply fill it out, okay? And then once you do that, you'll hit the submit button, and you'll be connected with a live financial aid representative who is able to assist you right then and there, okay? This is a nice piece that they've added, and it's very useful. I have been able to assist students so much faster than just getting back to emails, and they have been satisfied with the results. So I am so proud that we have this piece that has been added, okay? Make sure to utilize that, okay? And going back into the financial aid page, back onto our tab, I want you guys to make sure that you take a moment to scroll and read the information that we provide for you, okay? Because it has, the dates I was previously speaking of is located right here. So if you forget what I said during this live WebEx and you want to go back later and like, what did she say? What are those dates? It is located right here on our page, so you're able to go in and view it yourself. It also lets you know, some priority dates, census dates, and gives you a lot of information. Now, for my department specifically for the loans, you go here to types of aid, and you see where you have hyperlinks for the grants, loans, scholarships, and the work study program. Go ahead and click on the loan button. Once you do that, you're now on the loan landing page for CTC, and we give you all sorts of information right here. A lot of times, a question that I get from the students is, how do I complete my exit counseling, or what is exit counseling? Why do I have to complete that? I do want to make sure to let you guys know that all that information is right here. If you scroll down to the bottom, we do have frequently asked questions that is very beneficial for students, because it means that somebody has already presented that question, and we thought that that's something good that we should have on our website to inform the students of processes sometimes you may not understand, okay? So here's exit counseling, entrance counseling, the loan agreement. It tells you, and it provides the link that you could simply click on, and it'll take you to the sites that are needed, okay? Am I going too fast? No? Okay. All right. Basic eligibility requirements. Make sure that, guys, we are paying attention to that, because this is very important. A lot of times we do get students that say, well, I applied for loans and my loans didn't release. Why didn't my loans release? Well, most of the times when we go in and look at the students, you're either not enrolled in at least 6 credit hours, or you're not in classes that are required by your degree plan, or you simply may have not completed your checklist items. So now that we're back to our checklist items, I would like to show you students how to get to your web advisor, Eagle Self-Service portal, to view those items. So if you go here to Student Tools and click on Web Advisor, it'll open up another link for you. And of course, you're going to want to log in. And you log in simply using your student ID number as such, and then whatever password you created. All right, and once you get in, you're going to simply click where it says Students. And you see right here where it says Eagle Self-Service. That is your self-service portal. That is where a lot of our communication is going to go. If you have any questions about any of your, whether it be business office information, like, hey, what did my financial aid pay? Things like that. If you need to update information, this is where you do this at, okay? But for us, we're going to click on the financial aid. And when you pull up, it should look like this right here. Now, if you have successfully completed all your checklist items, you will see it will say financial aid checklist complete. However, if you have documents that are pending, it will look like this. It will say you have missing documents, and we do provide a link for you that you can click on, and it'll take you to the required documents, and it'll have a description of what is actually needed, again, with another hyperlink that will take you to where to go to access that form. Guys, make sure that we are paying attention, that all your items are completed prior to trying to accept or view your offer letter, because sometimes if it's not, well, in all times, if it's not completed, you're not going to have an offer letter available to view, okay? And in some instances, you may have completed it all before, but something has changed and it triggered us to re-verify your information. So at this time, you now have a new item that you need to do. So make sure that you are checking this portal right here, okay? Now, once you get here and you see the document that's required, you're going to want to click on that. What's that going to do is going to bring you right here to the eTreat system or eForms, and that's where you log in. Now, a lot of times we do have students that have problems logging in here, and I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to also let you know how to troubleshoot that, okay? So to log in here, you are going to have to provide your student ID number with the C in front of it. And then you're going to use your password that you previously set up before for it. Now, sometimes you may have forgotten that password or you haven't accessed it before. So you'll just simply go right here on this link where it says forgot username or password. And it will ask you to provide your email. Now, this email address that it's wanting is your primary email that we have on file for you. If you're not sure what email we have on file for you, not a problem. Feel free to reach out via the live chat link on the financial aid page, and you can chat with a financial aid representative, and we can look that up for you, okay? Then you put that email there and click continue. You will get a reset link to that email address that will allow you to update your password or change your password if need be, okay? So that's very crucial to understand and know, because a lot of times students are not able to access the forms because they have not logged in correctly. You're logged in as a guest. So let me go back to the first page. When you log in here, at no time should you put an email address here. It should always be your C number, okay? Now, sometimes we have dependent students whose parents have to complete the form on their behalf. For them to log in and complete step one, which is the parents part, they will need to log in either with their Google account or their Microsoft Office account. These are the two logins there. And the parent will put in their information. It'll look like this once you click on it. The parent will simply log in using their Gmail, okay? And once they get in, they'll be able to access the form, and then you'll receive it in your inbox. Okay, I just want to make sure that that's noted. So I'm going to go back to our Eagle self-service, and I do want to go back to our financial aid tab. Taking a moment to load. Awesome. All right. So when we're here, the important thing I want to show you is for loans. Whenever you're wanting to come back later, and let's say you previously declined your loans and you've reached out to me and I've reset your loans and placed them into pending. So now you need to go back in and accept them. You'll go back to where your offer letter was. You'll review it. You'll see the changes and notice that. And then once again, you're just going to verify and accept that. Once you do that, it will say that you accepted your new offer on the date that you've done it. So once things update, you will have a new offer letter. Go in, re-accept it, and it'll update with your current values and numbers, even for summer awarding. Okay, so like that's very important for the students to know as well. Okay. I know at times I go quick, so if I've missed over something or anyone has any questions, I will be willing to take questions now for the pieces that I've already covered before moving on. Do we have any questions?
I have no questions as of right now.
Okay, good, good, good. All right. Okay, so another important piece that I would like to talk to you guys about is your degree plan. That is very important as well because it does affect us being able to award you financial aid. So students, whenever you enroll and after you register and you apply to the college and you're accepted, at that time you should decide what you want to study, okay? And you have to select your degree plan and make sure that degree plan is on file with the school, okay? At any point that you want to update your degree plan, please reach out to Eagles on Call, either via email or when things open back up. Well, right now it's solely via email. But when things open back up, there is a number that you can call as well, and they can help you update your degree plan. It is important to keep an active degree plan because if it's not there in the system, your funds will not release. So we cannot release any funds if you do not have, or packages for your aid or your offer if we do not have that on file for you, okay? And I know it's hard to get a hold of academic advisors from time to time, so that's why I recommend Eagles on Call because they do help a lot with that, okay? Make sure that you are, as a student, you know how to navigate to your Eagle Mail, Web Advisor, and the self-service, which is what I just showed. I didn't show the Eagle Mail piece, but I did show how to get to Web Advisor. And I did show you how to retrieve your document, complete your documents in eTrees. I would like to let you guys know that Bookstore charging is available right now for summer classes, okay? Understand that the deadline to be able to charge books to the bookstore is July 6th. So after July 6th, you'll no longer be able to charge books to the bookstore. If you're not familiar with how to do that, I'm going to show you that right now. So once again, we're going to go back to the CTC website. Give me one moment. Okay. Once again, I love the search bar because it gets me where I need to go. And I know a lot of times students overlook hyperlinks that are made drop down, and it's perfectly fine. I'm guilty of it, moving too quick sometimes. So you want to type in Bookstore in the search bar, which is what I simply did. And of course, you're going to come up with the CTC Bookstore and the welcome. I'm going to click on this link right here because it'll take you to their landing page. Then you want to go to your textbooks. Let's say you already know what textbook you need. You want to make sure, another thing that you want to make sure to do is make sure that you sign in when you come here because it makes things a lot more easier. Typically when you sign in, it's going to be your Eagle Mail, or once again, that primary email address that we have on file for you with whatever password that you create. If you don't have an account, you've never been on the CTC Bookstore site, go ahead and create one. So give me a minute, let me log in so I can show you what the order screen looks like. Well, or not. It's been a while since I've logged in on this end. Okay. Well, I'm not going to log in right now because I clearly have forgot my password, but that's perfectly fine. I'll try to show you the best way I can. So you want to go to, once you get logged in, imagine I'm logged in. Once you get logged in, you're going to want to, if you don't know what books you need, you can find it right here. So you go ahead and select, let's say, for instance, you know, you're taking classes and they're distance learning. Select your department. And then you're going to want to select your course number. Then it's going to say, get your books. Here's your ordering page. We've all done online shopping. I'm guilty of it, especially now. So it's just like any other online shopping. You're going to find what you want. You're going to put, well, all of these are out of stock. So let's say we're going to put one here, okay? So let's say we just want one of these right here. And then you're going to click on purchase. Now what that's going to do is bring you to your cart. Now you're going to review, of course, review your information, and then you're going to hit check out. So once again, it's going to ask you to imagine we're already signed in, and this is going to be a paid page. On there, it's going to have an option for you to go ahead and pay using your financial aid. You're going to click that button and make sure that you enter your student ID number with the C. What this is going to do is allow the bookstore to charge your financial aid for your books before you even, you don't have to touch the money. It doesn't have to be in your personal bank account. We can go ahead and charge that before you ever get it, okay? So once again, I'm sorry I'm not able to log in and give you a real live view of it, but this is just the general, and they'll get you to where you need to be. So once again, in case anyone missed it or joined late, we are talking about Bookstore and charging your books once you have financial aid available and you have completed all your financial aid requirements. That is a big key as well. Make sure that all of your financial aid requirements are completed. Make sure that you have viewed and signed your offer letters, and then you're able to charge books, okay? Does anyone have any questions about charging books or the deadline?
I don't have a question about that, but I do have a question about loans.
Okay.
I have somebody who's asking, can the student who denied a loan change their mind?
Yes, So previously I did touch on that. The deadline for summer is June 18th. Okay, and what that means is you have until that day to request any denied loans. Now, mind you, those loans must have been denied, let's say for spring. They have to have been denied in spring in order for me to move it to summer. Okay, I can't, well, spring or fall. So let's say you denied fall and you want to use it in summer. You would just simply write me, send me an email. My email is located on the loan page of the CTC website. Send me an email and say, I previously denied my loans, but I want to use loans for summer, and I will gladly move those funds into the summer semester for you, as long as you do that before June 18th, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any more questions?
I don't see any more. I see nobody with questions right now.
Okay, either I'm doing really good or I'm just overloading people with information.
I did just get one question. It says, are we able to order books or materials for summer 1 using financial aid right now?
Yes, you're able to order as long as you've completed your checklist items and you have viewed and signed your offer letter and you have funds available for that. Yes, you are able to charge your books to the bookstore.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see. I have somebody else says, I have tried calling, but no answer. My question is, how do we know if we qualify for financial aid for summer months? I have already applied.
Okay, so my question to that student that asked that question is, when you view your offer letter, do you see that you have funds available for summer? And if not, is your file completed?
I don't know.
Well, what I can say is just go ahead, and what you can do is personally email me, or you can click on that link that I was letting you know about that's located on our homepage. And if you miss it, I'll gladly pull it up again. Give me one moment and let me navigate there so I can show you where you can reach out to find out some more information that pertains to you as a student. And I do apologize for not being able to reach us, by phone. This is definitely a difficult time, and that phone line is, we're not there to physically answer it, so we do prefer emails, and I know emails can get backed up and it could take a while. So the best way to get in contact with us right now is via that live chat that we have available for you. So give me one moment, I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see where that's located. Okay.
While you're doing that, the person asked, how would we know if our file is completed? I go to both CTC and Texas A&M, Central Texas.
Okay, so most likely they're on a consortium agreement. If they're on a consortium agreement where you go to Texas A&M and CTC, we wouldn't even process your financial aid. Your financial aid would come from Texas A&M. Does that make sense?
Can you elaborate what that means, please?
Okay. So a consortium agreement is an agreement between two schools that'll say, hey, we will allow this student to come to your school to take this class, and we will cover that class. We will provide the financial aid. So for you, if you attend Texas A&M, you're getting your financial aid. Your financial aid is processed through Texas A&M. You completed a form from Texas A&M and brought it to our school, to our campus, and you got that signed. It's called a consortium agreement. So that allows you to be able to take like 1 or 2 classes that's needed for your degree at our school, but your financial aid doesn't come from our school. It comes from Texas A&M. So they would be the ones that actually process your financial aid.
Okay, and then I guess the question I would have if I was this person is, how exactly would it look on our end in Web Advisor, or how can I verify on our end that things are ready for my summer classes?
Okay, so for that, you would reach out to one of the financial aid representatives. And once again, I have navigated back to our financial aid landing page. You see where it says live help right here? You would click on that link to speak with a financial aid representative. And we're able to at that time, get your personal information and pull you up in the system and give you the information regarding your accounts on a case-by-case basis. So we're not, in a general sense, I'm giving general information right now, but there is those case-by-case students who have, like, for instance, in this situation, you have a consortium agreement with another school. I would need to look into it to see exactly what is going on, and or one of us would need to look into it to let you know exactly what's going on and what's required from you for us if you are our student and we are responsible for paying out your financial aid.
Awesome, thank you. I have another one. I looked at my financial aid and have funding for this fall and next spring, but nothing showed up for this summer, which is slightly concerning as I was wanting to take classes this summer and I want to graduate next spring or fall if possible. Is there anything I can do about this?
Yes, so when you look for that student, did you attend school full-time in fall and spring, or what was your enrollment status for fall and spring?
I'm going to assume that they were full-time.
So those, okay. So for that, I would gladly ask for the students to inbox or email me their student ID number, or once again, reach out to the live help link that's located right here so we can look into it, because what happens is probably you just haven't been packaged yet and had those funds moved down. So we'll just need to look into it and see exactly what's going on. And once again, if you didn't use any loan funds in fall or spring, then if you have some available for me to move down, I could definitely move that into summer. Once again, but before I give you a guarantee, we'll need to look into your file to see exactly what's going on with you as a student.
Perfect. The student did respond that she was full-time, so perfect.
Okay, yeah. Any more questions?
I don't see any more right now, but those were really good questions. And even if you couldn't,
They were.
Explain specifically, to talk specifically to their case, it's really, really good that you're sharing your screen, by the way.
Yeah, I just realized. Let me stop sharing.
It's really good because a lot of times people will have a similar question or a similar concern, and even if the answer is email us or go to a live, I think a lot of people appreciate at least knowing that that's what they have to do and kind of reinforce it. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And those are really, really good questions. I do want to, there's a couple more points I'm going to touch on real quick. We get a lot of questions about, oh, I registered for my class today. When am I going to get my money? So I do want to make sure that everyone knows that your financial aid funds are dispersed to the business office 10 days prior to the start of your classes. Okay, so what that means is it doesn't mean that we send money directly to you, the student. What that means is we release the funds to the business office for them to be able to cover any balance that you have on your account. Okay, And that, if you're going to have a refund, it will result in a negative number, which means you actually have a credit, okay? That's very important to understand because we do get that question a lot, like, hey, I registered today and it says it's going to drop me. You know, I don't want to get dropped. When am I going to get my money? So don't worry about being dropped. If you have approved financial aid, meaning that you have an offer letter that has been signed and you have completed your file, this will happen automatically 10 days prior to the start of class. As for refunds or any money that may be owed to the student, that is always processed 30 days after the start of classes. Okay, I just want to reiterate, most refunds are processed 30 days after the first day of class, okay? Those are very good things that, those are very, we get those questions a lot. So it's a very popular topic. Sorry, can't talk. And Bobby, I do see your questions. For the Cape Center students, I work personally with you guys with your loans. So if you are going and taking classes in the Cape Center, we do ask that you self-identify. What that means is either send an email or come into the office and say, hey, I've registered for my classes, because you are awarded once you get into your classes, okay, if that makes sense. So you have to register for a class before funds are made available for you. And when you finish that class, it is up to you to report and say, hey, I picked up another class, so I can go in and award you accordingly. I do keep track of the ones, I try to keep track of the ones that I know that are Cape Center students and check, you know, at the beginning or at the beginning of the week to see, you know, if I know classes are ending for you guys or something like that. I try to keep up to it, but not all times am I able to keep up with it. So please, if you are a Cape Center student, we do ask that you self-identify, okay? And just be in communication with me and let me know when a class is and when you pick up another class, because that's how your loan funds are regulated, okay?
Awesome, thank you. I have another
You're
question.
welcome.
It says, I need help getting my forms filled out when it doesn't load on when I try. You know what that means?
Yes, kind of. So it seems like they're having trouble with eTrieve. So when you log in with eTrieve, what is the message that you're getting? Are you getting an error, or they're saying that the form is not required?
I'm not sure. Let's see if Jessica will respond. I need help getting my forms filled out when it doesn't load on. I would probably also mention that sometimes the browser has an issue.
Yes.
I know from my experience, sometimes what browser you use can make a difference.
Yes. I use Google Chrome for all of my for all of my needs, because I'm also a student as well. So when I have forms to complete, I go in through eTrieve through Google Chrome. Sometimes some people do run into problems with Google Chrome. I do recommend maybe trying Firefox and seeing if that works. A lot of the messages, though, that we get from students, they say that it says that the form is not required. It's students, if you get that message, what that means is that you are logged in as a guest. So even though you may have entered your student email or whatever you would have entered to log in, and it may say, hey, and have your name there, that doesn't mean that you're actually logged in correctly. That if you enter an email to log in to eTrieve, you are logging in as a guest. You must use your C number. It must be the C and then followed by your student ID number to log in there in order to be able to see the documents that are required by you individually, okay?
I haven't heard from Jessica yet, but if she does, I'll let you know. But I think usually those are the more common issues that you find. Am I wrong?
Yeah, yes, those are really the common. And then the other issue that we find is, and I touched on it briefly, is if you are a dependent student and you are required to fill out the standard or the aggregate or the custom, your parent will need to log in and complete that information. And once again, I will share that for the people that are just now joining. I'll go ahead and pull that back up and show you again how your parent can log in to eTrieve to complete those documents prior to you being able to complete them. Because that is a big piece that is missed as well. All right, everybody's able to see my screen again?
Yes.
So this is the landing page. This is the home page for our eTrees eForm system. If your parent is required to log in and complete your forms, meaning you are a dependent student and you've been selected for verification, they will need to log in using either Google or Microsoft, okay? And they would log in using these links. They wouldn't type anything into here. They would simply click on here, and it'll bring them to their Google login, whatever it may be, and they will use that information to go ahead and log in, okay, and complete those forms on the student behalf. What happens after that is once the parent completes their portion and what they're supposed to fill out, it'll go to the student's inbox on eTrees. So then you, the student, will need to go and log in using your C number right here and whatever your password is. Mine's going to look a little bit different because I am an employee as well as a student. Well, but I just want to make sure I'm able to log in and show you what it looks like once you get inside, okay? So once you log in, if you're a student needing a form and you're not a dependent student, you're an independent student, you'll simply go to where it says forms and you'll type the form that's needed into the search box, or you can simply scroll down to it. I find it more beneficial to go ahead and type into here what you're needing. So for instance, here's the financial aid form right here, the dependent, and once you type in whatever form it is that you'll need, it'll come up in a list like this, okay? Once again, mine looks different because I'm also an employee, not just a student, okay? But I just wanted to at least get in and show you what it looks like in here. Now, if your parent is supposed to fill out your form and you're a dependent student, once they fill it out, you see right here where it says inbox, that's where that form will go. And you'll need to go into your inbox and approve that form in order for it to get submitted to the school, okay? So it's a two-step process. Please make sure that if you are a dependent student, you are paying attention right now because it's very crucial and it makes the process so much smoother if you understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, okay? So first step for parent is for the parent to log in from the home page using Google or either Microsoft account. Parent comes in, they complete the form, they submit it. Student, you log in using your student ID number, including the C, and whatever password you create. You come to your inbox, and you click there. The form would be at the top, and you would click approve, okay? That is a two-step process to get those forms completed if you are a dependent student. I hope that was able to help you guys a little bit better understand that. Do we have any more questions?
I don't see any more questions, but there was definitely, I think, a clarification was needed for the whole process on the parent side too. So thank you, because I did get a response about that.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. I don't see any other questions. I really appreciate your time and your help. And,
No problem.
and I think we're good to go. Hope that if anybody else has any questions, you know how to contact financial aid now. And we will be next. We will have office technology tomorrow at 10. We're also planning on having one for aviation, math department, and I'm missing one. But we should be having a few more so that people should be on the lookout if you guys need any help with anything. If you have an idea, anybody has any questions or think that they would like to see a department or have somebody from a department or area from CTC talk, that would be great if you guys would let us know in the comments as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate your help, Sharon.
No problem. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
You too. Bye.
Bye.